Hi, it's Gilly from Earth Realms Readings, and I'm here to do my March vlog and share with you snippets of what I'm going to be doing throughout March. I can't believe we're in March already. The year now seems to be picking up in speed. I always find that January tends to have about 1,000 days in it, and then February is a short month, and then from March I think the year starts to fly by. So we're looking here at a crystal grid. I've been practicing yoga since January, and I'm doing it for flexibility and for balance more and relaxation more than anything else. And since I started it in January, I've really noticed a difference. And I practice yoga here, and I have a little crystal grid set up there as a focal point for when I'm doing my yoga practice. So moving on, what have I been doing for the beginning of March? Well, I've got some projects I want to show you that I've been doing. I haven't done these all March because obviously we're only at the start of the month. I've been doing these projects over the winter. I'm a very keen knitter, and there's a shop locally that does sell my wares, and I'm just going to show you what I've knitted. Now, I won't be putting some of these in the shop until autumn winter next year, but it's always great to knit ahead and plan ahead. So I thought I'd show you. First of all, I've been knitting some elf hats. I've knitted 5 of them. I've got a nice bright one for a child, and then I've got some medium ones and then a large one, and they're all different sizes. So I'm really pleased with those. I've been knitting for years. I've also made some fingerless mitts as well, wrist warmers really. And here are some foraging bags, and what I've done is I've also included in those a lavender pouch which I've handmade. And then at the back here, pardon me, again, I've sourced these materials, some are recycled. These are mats. These are just mats for tarot reading. So I'm a tarot reader, and I've made these for tarot reading and divination, etc, etc. And my dog's just decided to come in and go. So these are some mats I've made. There's a Harry Potter one. And these are all for if you do tarot reading like I do, or any kind of card reading. It's nice to have a cloth to put your cards on. So that's what these are. I have different designs of them. I'm just going to show you a handful. I do have an Etsy shop, so I'm going to probably put these on my Etsy as well. So that's those in different materials. And I've got a scully one for people who like skulls, Harry Potter on the other, and some are like, I like nice vibrant colours. So there. So that's what I've been doing craft wise over the winter, and I've kind of finished that now. I'm also learning to crochet, so I'll probably show you some crochet as I learn. Okay, so let's look at the early March garden. I have weeded this strip of soil here because wildflowers are going to go in here, and there are some bulbs, spring bulbs coming up here. There we go, got some in flower there. And then I'm going to show you my corner around here where I'm going to grow my vegetables. There's the bird feeders. So this is a new addition. I've tidied up here, and in the corner here I have some broad beans that are just starting to sprout. There's only a couple, and I have some in this cold frame greenhouse here, And these are broad beans, and I've got some vegetables down there as well. I'm not going to open it, not at the moment, because I'm getting them acclimatised. And then all these pots, as my vegetables grow, they will be potted up with vegetables and flowers. So this is the little corner, my vegetable growing corner. So that's what's going on in the garden at the moment, and I thought that's what I would show you. Okay, so I thought I would share with you the full moon. It's a clear night and it's getting dark, as you can see. If you can hear me wheezing, I've got a pretty nasty chest infection. So I've just come out and the moon is rising behind that property there. So that's my car. That's where my mum lives. I live with her part-time. So I'm going to zoom in. Unfortunately, the video doesn't do the moon justice, but there she is, the full worm moon. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I had planned to do a ceremony tonight for the full moon with cacao, but I'm really not feeling well enough today to do that. So I've just decided to take a shot of the moon instead. All the dogs are barking at the moon. So, don't often see the front of her. There she is again, absolutely beautiful. Hope the neighbours opposite don't think I'm filming them. No, I doubt it. There, and I thought I would just share that with you. So, happy full worm moon, everybody. Blessed be. Can't believe that yesterday was such a spring-like day, and today we've got snow. I'm out with the dog. It was a full moon last night, and I've been quite floored with a very bad chest infection, which is now on the mend thanks to the antibiotics I've been given. And I thought I'd go for a little walk. Now I'm feeling a bit better, more wrapped up. This is the dog, and just going to pick up a few things from the shop. And then there's a local pub. Well, it's kind of like a restaurant really, and they do nice coffees and hot chocolates. And on the way back there, I'm going to go for a hot chocolate. But it's not too cold. But having had a horrendous chest infection, I thought I'd be better being wrapped up. And I've got my really nice umbrella out, which I'll show you. So, I thought I'd share this quick walk with you in the snow. And I'll check in with you soon. Is that nice? We've had our walk, and as it's snowing, I thought I'd come to the local pub / restaurant for a lovely hot chocolate and some treats for my dog. So I'll catch in with you soon. Okay, so I thought I would show you my altar. I don't really switch my altar that much up for the seasons, but I do a little bit of decoration. This is my staple. It's a birthday present and it follows the seasons of the year, so I focus on it at each Sabbath, and we are approaching the spring equinox. So I have decorated my altar simply with some decorated eggs here as an offering to the spirit of the spring equinox, or Ostara. And then I was in my local city centre yesterday. I went to see a play at the local theatre and went for a vegan meal at a restaurant, which was very, very nice. And there was a beautiful florist there that sold these the waxed bulbs with a hyacinth. And I got that for the altar as well. It smells absolutely amazing. It will last a few weeks. It doesn't need watering because all the nutrients that the plant needs are within the bulb. And I spoke to a florist and she said that I can take the wax off, plant the bulb, and it'll regrow next year, which is what I'm going to do when this dies back. So this is just my simple Ostara decoration for my altar, which I thought I would share with you. So blessed be. Okay, so I saw a thing on Instagram that was from Tabby, which I'm a member of, and Tabby is the Tarot Association for the British Isles. And I saw there that, you know, they prompted you to draw a card for the weekend. So I thought, I'm going to do this and see what this card suggests for this weekend, because I had planned this weekend a trip to a matinee at a theatre and then a meal afterwards at a vegan restaurant with my sister. And for the last couple of months I've had an on and off winter infection, which has culminated in a very bad chest infection, of which I'm now on antibiotics for. So I decided I would draw a card for the weekend, and the card I drew really resonated with me. This is a card I drew, and it's the Hermit from the Wild Unknown Tarot. I kid you not, this deck does not bullshit. It's very direct. I have a lot of tarot cards. I've been reading tarot for over 30 years, and I have found that with this deck, if you want the truth, it will deliver the truth. There's no punches, there's no sugarcoating. This deck tells you how it is. So for me, I got the Hermit because I part-time, becoming more mostly now, care for an elderly parent, although I do live part-time in Glastonbury, which I will be doing from probably about April. So my time is very limited. I don't live the life I want to at the moment. You can't when you have an elderly parent, but I'm trying my best to do that when I can. And drawing this card reminded me that I need me time. I need to withdraw into myself, and instead of being a slave to other people, or rather an elderly person, I've got to withdraw into myself and take some time out for me and focus on the lights that are in my life, such as my tarot and Etsy business, living part-time in Glastonbury, and doing things I like to do, which I haven't been able to do a lot because I've had this 2-month winter bug, but also my mother has also caught it from me, which has weakened her. And at 91, getting winter bugs isn't great for an elderly person. So my time's been took up with that. And this card really is, it's like a kick up the backside for me to tell me you have got to retreat into yourself. Not to shut myself away from people, on the contrary, to do things that I like to do. Meet with friends for coffee, go to the theatre, go to a vegan restaurant, go into the city centre, have a shopping day, have a spa day, get yourself away for a short break. This is what this card is reminding me to do. And once I feel 100% better and the fluid has gone from my chest, and I feel more able to do things physically, that is exactly what I'm going to do. So the message in this card for where I am right now is really, really apt. So that's the tarot reading. And then I thought I would share with you the book I am looking at this month. Hi guys, I thought I'd share with you the book I'm reading this month, or rather revisiting. I bought this book a long time ago and it was recommended on a blog, or a blog about divination, and it's not really about tarot, it's more about reading playing cards. And playing cards, it's a practice. I can read with playing cards. I much prefer tarot, but I have learned to use playing cards, and I'm rereading this book because I want to relearn and remember what it's all about. And I've only just got into it, but it covers the folklore of reading playing cards, a little bit of a history, and of course the meanings of the cards. Now, if you're interested in reading playing cards, or which is called cartomancy, or you want to learn cartomancy, I recommend this book. It's very, very good. It's not a big read. It's a thin book, but it's packed with everything you need. Diagrams. There's even a prayer in here. I actually use this prayer prior to doing my own readings, except it's tweaked to remove saints because I'm not Christian. But this is a really good book. It's very simple. It's very easy to read. It explains everything it needs to about cartomancy or playing card divination. And I'm sure you can pick it up on Amazon. So if you're looking for learning a new form of divination, or you've always wanted to learn about reading with playing cards, this book is, I can recommend this book. It's really, really good. It's really easy, and it's not a long read. Sometimes I find with books, if they're too thick, it puts me off reading them. There was a tarot book out, and I do have a copy. I've never read it. I dip into it for reference, and it's a really good book, but it is so thick. It's probably about that thick. It's a really thick book, but it's good for reference. But if you want something to read from cover to cover that's really quick and that you can digest, then I would recommend this book. So guys, those are my snippets for March, and in a couple of weeks it's going to be Ostara, so I'd like to wish you all Ostara blessings, and thank you for watching, and blessed be.